Okay, so let's talk about this vision that Zechariah sees of the flying basket. This is Zechariah 5, verses 5 to 11. He sees this basket that's being sent out, and it contains this woman, and it's being carried by two other women with wings to this place called Shinar, or another name for Babylon. And so, firstly, what does this vision mean? It means that God is sending sin away. And this giant basket, which can fit a woman, it's similar to that giant scroll that we saw in the previous vision. It's a measure of God's judgment over their sin. And secondly, this woman symbolizes the sin. It says her name is wickedness. And we see in the Bible that sometimes idolatry is symbolized in the Canaanite religion, especially of the worship of fertility goddesses. And here it's the woman who's being shut in the basket by this heavy lid, meaning it's being contained inside. But this basket is then carried by two winged women or creatures, and it starts to look a bit like the Ark of the Covenant. Yeah, I remember the Ark, which symbolizes God's throne, has these two angels with wings. Well, this is like a fake Ark. But it also means that as God sends sin away, sin grows into idolatry. And we see this especially where it's being sent to Shinar, or another name for Babylon, where in Genesis 11 we see Shinar was the land where they built the Tower of Babel. Well, they're going to build a house there, and it's going to be a Babel 2.0. It's going to be a place whereby there's going to be rivalry to God's worship, and it's ultimately going to be a showdown between the true worship of God and the worship of wickedness. So that's the vision of the basket. It's God's judgment over growing wickedness and sin, but then grows into this place of idolatry that will ultimately result in a showdown between the worship of idols and the worship of the true God.